Our latest space weather, increased chance of solar flares. We have the return of a historic sunspot, and we've had impending return with an X 2.8 class solar flare. Increased chance of flares, and what we're looking at is the extreme ultraviolet flash from today's X 2.8 class flare by NASA. We also are going to watch the movie. That's Sunspot AR3691, which doubled in size yesterday and has developed a beta gamma delta magnetic field. And here it is, we're going to see it coming around. This is it. Which harbors energy for X-class solar flares. What is an X-class solar flare? Flares happen when the powerful magnetic fields in and around the sun reconnect, and they're usually associated with active regions, often seen as sunspots where the magnetic fields are strongest. Fields are classified according to their strength. The smallest ones are B class, followed by CM and X, the largest, X, similar to the Richter scale for earthquakes or magnitude. Each letter represents a tenfold increase in the energy output, so an X is 10 times more than an M and 100 times stronger than a C. With each letter class, there's a finer scale of 1 to 9. X-class flares are too weak to affect the Earth. M-class flares can cause brief radio blackouts and poles, and at the poles, minor radiation storms that might endanger astronauts. Although X is the last letter, there are flares more than 10 times the power of an X1, so X-class flares can go up to as higher than 9. The most powerful flare on record was in 2003. During the last solar storm, it was so powerful, it overloaded the sensors measuring it, and they cut it off at X17. Can you imagine? And the flare was later estimated to be about X45. A powerful X-class flare like that can create long-lasting radiation storms, which can harm satellites and even give airline passengers flying near the poles small radiation doses. X-flares also have the potential to create global transmission problems and worldwide blackouts. So this is the type of a next thing, what the X-flare is. Now, with the return of AR3664, we're going to see in a few seconds, this makes two sunspots capable of powerful, soon-to-be Earth-directed explosions. And we'll see it again. This is it. And it's back. Almost. Sunspot AR3664, the source of the historic May 10th superstorm, has spent the past 2 weeks transitioning the far side of the sun, and today it announced its impending return with an X 2.8 class solar flare. The flare was probably even stronger than X 2.8. The base of the explosion was eclipsed by the edge of the sun, so not all of the X-rays it produced were counted by sensors used to classify the flare. The explosion caused a deep shortwave radio blackout over Asia and hurtled a bright CME into space. A NASA model of the CME confirms that it will miss Mercury, Venus, and Earth. None of the inner planets will be affected by this powerful event. How do we know the flare came from AR3664? Helioseismology. The giant sunspot is affecting the way the sun vibrates, and its seismic echoes are visible in maps of the sun's far side. This helioseismic map shows that AR3664 is just behind the southeastern limb of the sun, a good match for the location of today's X-flare. Clearly, AR3664 is still active as it turns to face Earth again later this week. And this is the latest on space weather. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.